Something very interesting happens around the age of 80. Some people slowly become dependent on others, while a few others still live with surprising strength, clarity, and independence. They walk confidently. They think clearly. They still enjoy life. And when you meet someone like that, you immediately feel something special about them. Almost like meeting a rare gem. Because the truth is, if you can still do 3 simple things at the age of 80, you are not just aging. You are aging remarkably well. And most people around you will notice it. About a year ago, a man named Robert turned 80. His family planned a quiet birthday dinner. Nothing unusual. But after the dinner, Robert stood up and said something unexpected. "Let's take a short walk outside." His grandchildren looked surprised. But Robert walked comfortably down the street, chatting, laughing, pointing at houses he remembered from decades ago. Nothing dramatic. Just a simple evening walk. But everyone there quietly realized something. Robert was not just getting older. He was still fully living. By the time many people reach their late 70s or early 80s, life can start shrinking. Activities become fewer. Movements slow down. Confidence sometimes fades. But the people who continue to age well often keep a few simple abilities alive. Abilities that protect their independence. Abilities that keep their mind and spirit strong. And today, we're going to talk about 3 of them. If you can still do these at 80, you truly are a gem in life. The first one is the ability to move freely. Not running marathons. Not lifting heavy weights. Just the simple ability to move your body comfortably. To stand up without struggle. To walk down the street. To climb a few steps. To go outside when you want. This simple freedom changes everything. Because movement is deeply connected to independence. 2 neighbors once lived on the same street. Both were in their late 70s. One of them stopped moving much. He spent most of his days sitting. Television became his routine. The other neighbor did something small but consistent. Every morning, he walked for 20 minutes. Nothing fast, nothing extreme. Just steady movement. A few years later, their lives looked very different. One depended on others for simple tasks. The other still walked to the local store, greeted neighbors, and handled daily life with confidence. Movement keeps the body alive. But more importantly, it keeps your independence alive. The second ability is mental curiosity. This one surprises many people, because aging is not only about the body, it's also about the mind. Some people slowly close their minds as the years pass. They stop learning. They stop exploring. They stop asking questions. But the people who age beautifully keep something powerful alive: curiosity. They read. They listen. They learn new things, even small things. A woman named Margaret discovered this in her 70s. After retirement, she felt life becoming quiet. Days felt repetitive. So she joined a small community art class. At first, she felt unsure. She had never painted before. But slowly, something changed. Her mind became active again. She met new people. She started noticing colors, shapes, and details around her. Years later, at 81, Margaret still attends that class. Not because she wants to become an artist, but because learning keeps her mind awake. A curious mind protects the brain in ways people often underestimate. The third ability is perhaps the most powerful one, and that is the ability to stay socially connected. Loneliness is one of the quiet challenges of aging. Friends move away. Families become busy. Communities change. And some people slowly begin to isolate themselves. But those who continue to stay connected often live with greater happiness and strength. Connection does something important to the human spirit. It reminds you that you still belong. There was a man named George who faced this choice. After his wife passed away, he had two paths. One path was to withdraw, to stay home, to avoid social situations. The other path was uncomfortable at first. He joined a local walking group for seniors. The first few meetings felt awkward, but slowly friendships formed. Conversations returned. Laughter came back. Today, at 82, George says something very simple. Those walks saved my life. Connection protects the heart in ways medicine cannot measure. Now imagine two possible futures at the age of 80. In one future, a person struggles to move. The mind feels dull. Days feel quiet and lonely. Independence slowly disappears. But in another future, a person still walks outside, still learns new things, still meets people and shares conversations. One life becomes smaller. The other remains full of meaning. The difference between these two lives often begins years earlier. Small daily choices, simple habits, moments of curiosity, moments of movement, moments of connection. These things quietly shape how we age. And here is the encouraging truth. You do not have to wait until 80 to begin protecting these abilities. Every walk you take today matters. Every new idea you explore matters. Every conversation you start matters. Because aging well is rarely about dramatic changes. It is about small actions repeated over many years. If you can still move with confidence, if your mind remains curious, and if you continue connecting with people around you, then reaching the age of 80 is not just about surviving. It is about living with dignity, independence, and quiet strength. And when others see someone like that, they recognize something rare, something admirable, something truly valuable. A person who has aged not only in years, but in wisdom. A true gem in life. If you enjoy thoughtful conversations about living well after 60, consider subscribing to Happy Old Age. This channel is dedicated to helping people stay strong, independent, and fulfilled in the later chapters of life. Because growing older can still be one of the most meaningful journeys we take.